Hope you like it. Leave a description. I don't know. That doesn't make any
Leave a
sense.
description. I think that's what we're supposed to do with it.
That's, like and leave below. Subscribe.
Hello and welcome to Toxic Tuesday number 11. I'm Geek X Boy. Today we're going to be going over the builds for our zombie build contest and announcing who will be receiving the helper rank. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first player to receive the helper rank is going to be Centaria with her military base. This is overall a nice build with a lot of assets that we can incorporate into the map. We may spread some of this out. We may modify some of it. Some of it does have to be joined together since it does cover multiple plots. But overall, it will be a nice addition to the zombie survival map. The next player to receive our helper rank is going to be DeBoss19, who submitted a total of 5 builds that will be included into the zombie survival map. The first one being a couple of houses. These houses will most likely be placed in random locations on the map, or we may include one of them into one of our cities. There is somewhat limited decoration inside these houses, so we will have to work on that a bit. But overall, these are very nice, very detailed builds. DeBoss's next build is a couple of skyscrapers. They're very detailed. We'll be including these in our next city, which will be on the opposite side of the map of the current city. Alright, the third build for DeBoss is a lumberyard. There's a lot going on here, so we may have to spread some of it out. And out of the couple of lumberyards that we did receive for submissions, this is definitely the most detailed, but we may have to remove some of it as well. Build number 4 for DeBoss is a farm with a lot of farmland and crops. Includes a barn and a windmill. The barn is fully decorated with multiple ways to escape from the farm, which is ideal for a zombie survival map. The fifth and final build for DeBoss is this large mansion. There is no decoration on the inside, so we will have to work on that. Overall, this is a great build. A lot of different advantage points, and a great place to bunker down with your team. Alright, our third player to receive the helper rank is going to be Drunken Pikachu with this extremely large. This is the largest build that has been submitted for the zombie build contest, which is covering a total of 4 plots. So a lot of it does have to be joined back together, but this build is fully decorated on the inside with secret passageways. This is going to definitely be one of the harder maps within zombie survival, but it's going to contain a lot of great loot. Alright, the next player to receive the helper rank is going to be Zelda Ninja Monkey with the medieval / Renaissance themed build. This is going to be incorporated with another build. The other build wasn't submitted, but it is on our creative server. That was built by Super Pork Plays, Night Angel Heart, Hell's Redempt, and I believe Goku Farts. Those are going to be combined together into a larger Renaissance themed area. Next player is going to be C-3PO, who has submitted 2 builds. Both are going to be put into the zombie survival map. First one being this barn. with a tractor. This is most likely going to be placed in a random location within the map, and we may build the rest of a farm around the barn. C-3PO's next build is this brick building. There's no decoration on the inside. We're not exactly sure what this was intended to be used for, but based on the fire escape on the side, we're going to use this as some apartment buildings within the larger city. Included in the same plot is this small firehouse. We may expand on it a little bit, add some more detail. And this will definitely be included within the city as well. The next two players to receive the helper rank for their zombie survival build is going to be Dynamite and TCT White with their small town or city. A lot of detail went into this, but since it was all placed within one plot, we're going to have to break this up, spread it out a little bit so it's not so compact. But there is quite a few buildings that we'll be able to use maybe multiple times. We really like the graveyard, the church here, and these apartment buildings. So we'd like to once again thank Dynamite for all the different assets we may be able to include into various other parts of the map. Next is going to be the Insane Maniac with his very dense forest with multiple buildings. We're not going to be using all of this or even all of the buildings, but it does include some pretty cool features, including some hidden passageways. So this will be broken up. We may place some of these buildings at random locations in the map like we are doing with some of the other builds. Next is going to be Epic Mob Slayer 01. He is not registered on our forums, but his build was submitted by a friend or may have been his brother. Well, this is going to be another map where we're going to have to break this up. It is pretty dense with foliage, but a lot of detail went into this. And we're going to be able to use these houses in various locations as a bunch of different cabins within the map. And finally, we have another plot made by Super Pork Plays. He gave us a couple of vehicles to work with that we can use in multiple locations within the map. These are going to be great assets that we can pretty much include anywhere. He also gave us a small little overgrown house. We're not exactly sure if we're going to be using this. If we do, it may have to be modified because there is a lot of foliage and it's extremely overgrown. Alright, we would like to thank everyone who submitted builds to our zombie build contest. We did not include some of our past winners like Nisafi, Carter Bishop, and Drunken Pikachu. But they have already received their helper rank and were announced in a previous Toxic Tuesday thread. But we would just like to thank everyone who submitted some of their builds. We're sorry that some of them were not chosen for the zombie build contest, but we may eventually reopen the contest when we start to expand the map even more. Thank you everyone for watching another episode of Toxic Tuesday. I'm Geek X Boy. We'll see you next week.